Hey everybody, it's Mike. Today is Saturday. That makes it Slashback Saturday, or Saturday Slashback Challenge. I'm glad that the Horrorman is continuing this. I kind of had some issues that came up, life issues, so it kind of took me out of everything for the last few months, but I'm starting the new year on the right foot, and I'm going to start doing the things that I enjoy, which includes YouTube. So, this week's challenge was to review a slasher flick that was released between 2010 and 2019. While I have a few, and there are several out there that I like, the one that I decided to go with was a little flick that's just kind of wormed its way into my heart, and that is called Fender Bender. It was released in 2016. I actually learned about this movie through my friends Jen and Christian over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave. I probably would have never thought to watch this movie if she hadn't given it such glowing reviews, both of them actually, um, because I take what they talk about pretty seriously. I respect their opinions, so I went ahead and I watched this, and I watched it a couple times. And the first time I watched it, I still hate the ending. But it was, for the most part, a very good movie. It starred Cassidy Freeman as our final girl, and then the villain is Bill Sage. Really kind of a creepy dude. You don't know who he is right from the beginning, other than he has a pattern, which is truly terrifying. And it is written and directed by Mark Pavia. Uh, he's done a few things. Actually, there are other characters in this movie, but really they were not as important to the story as the main girl and the killer. The other characters were really just kind of side characters who, for the most part, were just there to add to the body count. Not that they didn't entertain me, they did. It's just the standout for me in this movie was the main girl. So what did I like about this movie? The main girl. She was amazing. The actress was really good. Um, the she was strong. She was smart. She didn't give up until the very end, which is something I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, she was a good final girl. She was just a joy to watch. I enjoyed um, her portrayal very much. The other thing that I liked about this movie was actually the killer. First of all, very creepy, very secretive. He had on a mask, um, and his motive was just to kill. There was no um, there was no magical mystical part to this. He was just a killing machine basically. The other thing that I liked was the premise of this movie. This, if you think about it, if you have an accident, a car accident, a lot of times what you do is you exchange insurance information, and you give people your phone number, you give people your information. You don't know these people, so who's to say that you're not giving your information to a killer? Um, and that really struck me as like, wow, I have done that. Not that I'm too worried about that, but I have given my phone number and my address to people for various reasons. Oh, sorry, cat attack. Big orange cat just jumped on my table. Um, so yeah, I love the premise of this. It's something that could happen. A young girl could give her information to some wackadoo who staged the whole accident, and that's what this is. This guy creates accidents. Okay, Newton. Sorry. He never comes in here around me. I don't know. He's definitely not my cat, but for some reason he wants to be on my table today. Anyway, this guy causes accidents like fender benders, and then he gets the people's information, and then he goes stalks them and kills them. So it starts out, there's a woman that is going through exactly that, um, and she has no idea she's being stalked. She has, she just had this little fender bender, and typical pain in the butt accident. Um, but it ends up being a lot more than that, because once that guy gets your information, he's after you, and he doesn't stop until he gets you. So then it happens to this little 17-year-old girl. She has this little fender bender. Of course, she doesn't know what to do. So she gives him all her information and everything, and he starts watching the house, and sure enough, her parents leave, and this guy starts stalking her. So she has her friends come over uh, to kind of hang out with her, because it's kind of creeping her out pretty bad. And pretty much he just takes everybody out one by one. And the kills are brutal and graphic for the most part. Not a whole lot of cutaway kills. It's all pretty right there in your face, except for the final kill. Um, what I did not like about this movie was, like I said, some of the side characters, her friends, and some of the other people that were in there really were not developed very well. They were kind of shallow. Um, and that happens in a lot of horror movies. So even though they were shallow, it wasn't like they bothered me. Sometimes there'll be characters that are annoying, but not so much in this one. And then I hated the ending. First of all, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it shouldn't have ended the way it ended. And I'm not somebody who says that everybody has to live through, somebody has to live at the end of every horror movie, because that's just not right all the time. There are going to be instances where that can't be. But when you build up a character, and you make that character strong and smart, and it just discourages you when all of a sudden they just turn into some kind of little wimp and meet their demise. So that was the only thing that I disliked severely about this movie, that for a while kept me away from it, but it doesn't bother me as much anymore. I just really like the movie. So that is my entry into this week's Saturday Slashback Challenge. Good movie. I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's on any of the streaming services right now. I don't think it's on Shudder. I was looking through Shudder, and I thought about watching a couple movies on there to do this review, but we'll see what our buddy Joe has for us next week. All right, guys. Thanks, and have a good day.